Welcome back to At Home with Robie. I'm Patrick McIsaac from Robie Electric and W.H. Hobbs Plumbing. Trent Haston is not with us this week. Dave McGuire is filling in, doing a great job. If you missed the first 2-3 segments, go back and listen, especially if you have a small business or if you're just curious about branding and marketing. We have Brian Young from the Dunstan Group on, and he is a ball of energy that has a lot of passion around customer service and branding, Dave. I mean, it was really educational.
It was great. And if you're trying to get a personalized approach to your business, I get comments. I'm wearing a shirt that these guys help with right now, and people are like, oh, gosh, you guys work with the Masters? I can't believe it. I'm like, no, we just bought a Masters shirt, and I got our logo on there, but they're tying it together, and Scott and Brian helped us with that.
Well, I think, Trent always talks about this. It's about aligning yourself with like-minded brands or brands that are in the same category. And, of course, everybody knows the Masters. And it's on Dave's front of Dave's shirt, and he has a family of companies on his own personal shirt that signifies our company, and it sort of correlates the two together from a branding standpoint.
Yeah, that's great.
Dave, you said personalization. I mean, I think that's what we're all about, right? I mean, even the Robie family of companies, Dunstan Group. It's all about making the customer experience a personal experience.
Yeah. It's each situation is different, and each client's needs are different, and it's about listening and understanding what those are, asking the right questions, following through, and standing behind your work.
Well, I think you said the word listen, and I think that's something that people in business that you really need to understand. Hey, you got 2 ears and one mouth. We've all heard that 100 times, but really we need to listen to what our clients' needs are and act upon them accordingly, right?
That's right. No, and you can never. I preach to our team all the time is you can never go too fast, right? You need to slow down and pay attention to the little things, and that starts with number one is listening, right? You never can try to get too efficient or do anything because then you start to lose why we're here in the first place.
Well, and Dave, you do that so well. I mean, I always tell people that you're a really good listener. I mean, you have your branded notebook in the studio that has all the logos of the companies on top of the notebook, and you have about 3/4 of a page of notes based on what Brian told us in the segment 2 and 3. So what were you writing down over there?
Well, we're always learning, first of all, I'm writing exciting things about Brian's business, the Dunstan Group, and actually I've got 3 things I need to talk to him about for our companies. I feel his passion. I'm learning about his company, and I'm figuring out ways that maybe they can help us. Right?
No, I think that's great. I think we sort of skipped over the fact that Brian's wife Amanda is with Robie Realty, one of the family of companies, and Amanda's doing a wonderful job at Robie Realty. And we talk about the companies a lot on this show, but I think Robie Realty. If you have a real estate need, hit Amanda Young up. And of course, she works under Sandy Thomas, and Sandy's son Travis is back here. He's a millennial. He's over there texting and videoing this entire show at the same time. I don't know how you do that. But no, I mean, it's good. So we have a real estate arm, and Amanda is a big part of that.
And again, like we talk about on the show a lot, although we have different services and a different product per se, whether it's plumbing, electrical, construction, or real estate, the core values and the mission of making it personal is always the same. So, yeah, we're very excited about having Amanda on the team, and she's a very professional real estate agent and great person. So, yeah, let us know. We're happy to help.
Yeah, and I think that we were talking about that with Brian a little bit before the show. I mean, even though we have all these different services that we offer through the Robie family of companies, and you mentioned plumbing, electrical, real estate, and construction, it's that core fabric of integrity, ethics, and taking care of the client. And then we are able to find the expertise and the knowledge to be able to perform these specific trades to the client's needs. But at the foundation of it is our code of ethics, right?
Yeah, I think, and one of the things you mentioned on the last segment, you were speaking about your father, which when you had your dad on the show with you and Trent, it was a great one.
Podcast that one if you want to get a good laugh at Patrick.
Yeah. By the way, Patrick is the second favorite son.
They only have 2. My parents only have 2 kids.
I love me some John McIsaac, but it's really what resonated with me, and I was listening to it with my wife, and we were riding into town, and it was about your dad mentioned. He said, if I have one business lesson, right? Business lessons are always big when Trent's on the show, but your dad said, it's the golden rule: treat others like you want to be treated, and it made me really think back. That's something that we talk about a lot, all the time, but it made me really go back to as a young professional, right out of school or in school, and you're thinking about the world is this big mystery, right? And what is it going to take to be successful and all that? And it's funny when you really boil down to it, and we talk about a lot now, is that it's really the simple things. It's treating others like you want to be treated. Like I had somebody come up to me last night. I'm in the process of selling a house and buying a house, and we're going to close hopefully in about a month.
Congrats.
Yeah, thank you. And I used Robie Realty. It was a very smooth experience with Sandy Thomas, who works with Amanda. It was great. She's selling both and purchasing. So anyway, but I was doing my yard, right, aerating, seeding, and got a late start on it. But I had one of my neighbors come by and he says, "Hey man, what are you doing?" Right? And I said, "Well, I'm getting my yard." And he said, "Well, didn't you sell your house?" And I said, "Well, yeah." And I said, "However," he said, "Why are you doing that?" I said, "Well, it's the golden rule, man. It's treat others like you want to be treated." And I think that, the house that I'm buying, that owner did the same thing and setting us up for success with the yard. And it's just a small example. But if you take that approach in life, and I have many failures around that, and I try to get better every day, but it's that type of thing that we work into our culture and our people, and that's what sets us apart.
So let me get this straight. Your house is sold.
House is sold.
You have
under contract.
There's no vested interest financially for you to do that, and you did it anyways. That's, I think, is a wonderful story and a wonderful point, Dave.
Well, I would expect. My assumption would be that anyone that's associated with our companies is that are doing the same thing.
That's right. All right. So real quick, I said before the last break I was going to put Dave McGuire on the spot. We recorded this show on Thursday. It's no secret. We tried to make it a secret for a while. Obviously, it's Sunday morning. Dave, who won the Panther game on Thursday night?
You know what? I'm going to be real confident about this. The defense came ready to play. No fourth quarter comebacks. It was a little rocky at first. I think the Eagles might take a lead in the first quarter, but I think we're going to finish them off. It'll be 27-18.
I believe it. Dave, there's your pick. Trent will be back next week. Thanks for listening to At Home with Robie.